Good evening. Good evening, everybody. My name is Simon Sudong Lee. Okay, as you saw the video introducing my past and my current status. Okay, I'm so glad to see you all here tonight. Please relax. Okay, this is not a typical classroom the lectures. Okay, let's have the close conversation with each other and treat me as one of your friend or your father or your brother, something like that. I would like to have your close feeling from you to me. Okay, I'll try myself first. Okay, are you hungry? Dinner time? I'm not in between your dinner and the lecture here, right? Okay, all right. I spent the few minutes to set the subject of tonight's lecture. Okay, I ran STG for almost 28 years. I don't think I have enough time. The Dean would give me enough time to explain my 28 years of STG's business life. So I spent the good amount of time to get to the subject of our tonight's lecture, which is entrepreneurs' perspective on leadership. Everybody has a different leadership style. You probably know what's the difference between management and leadership. There are many talented managers around, but they cannot be strong leader. I cannot explain too detail about the difference of manager and the leadership, but if I can tell you just a few things, what leaders must have. The first thing, risk taker. Every business opportunities gives you a lot of risk. You have to come up with the risk mitigation. Leader must have strong passion, strong excitement, and then leader must have a hungry spirit. So passion, excitement, and the hungry spirit will make you strong leader. I know physically you're hungry, okay? When you get so hungry physically, then you look around at the McDonald's or for hamburger, right? When you are full, when your stomach is full, then you don't smell very sensitively, okay? Even though you pass by McDonald's, you don't smell that good, the food smell. But if you get hungry, so hungry, then you may feel that 100 or 200 yards away. I'm not here to talk about the physical hungry spirit. Become so hungry in innovative, in studying, in doing something related to your business life and your academic life. I know sometimes the boys and girls, if you're just so hungry to find boys or the girls through all that SNS kind of stuff, okay? That's fine, but you need that, okay? But this hungry spirit is very, very important. If you don't feel hungry spirit in innovation, then you may lose those opportunities passing by. Let's say one day if you want to be businessman, utilizing internet or software developer, or you want to be a banker, then you would catch those business opportunities, even though when you are in a restaurant, even the bathroom, in public spaces, you may catch that. So please get those hungry spirit. Okay. So now let me go back to screen. I know I have a limited time here, so basically I'm going to focus on, tonight's lecture is my leadership style and what is important to me as a leader, and my own unique leadership tenets. What is important to me as a leader at STG? I founded STG December 1986, so 2013, so 27 years, okay? Human capital, I'm gonna talk about the human capital and the contract performance and the customer interface. You'll have more details, so next. Okay, human capital. Why I do not call human resources. So why I call that human capital instead of human resources? Usually capital is numbers, money, all that, right? More tangible way to calculate it. Human resources is just a pool of labor resources. For STG, we call the human resource department the human capital because we consider our employees are STG's most important asset. When we evaluate 1,700 of each individual employees, we come up with customized training plan. Some of them needs to be trained in particular area. Some of them we're sending some of them to college, even the graduate school, all that. But before we send to them, we have our own calculation. If we invest $20,000 on a particular employee who has a great talent in software development, our calculation would be $20 million or $2 million return on investment. That's how we customize our training and education for each of our employees. So one of the strengths what our company has is providing very flexible education and the training program. And when we find, first of all, we need to hire the right person, okay? And then we need to place them on the right position. It is easy to say simply, but implementing that statement is not easy. During a couple of hours interview session, we cannot find each individual's talent. But after training, education, all that, after both parties tried, and then if that person does not work in that position, then we move that person into other area or whatever that person would like. But the worst case is then, okay, well, you may want to find the other job opportunities. And then contract performance. This is like our own individual resume. Especially to do business in the United States, contract performance is the high demanded, very important factor to win the next business. So when we win new contract, then company as a whole focus on how we can deliver what we promise to our client within budget, on time. Then our customers continue gives us good past performance, which can be utilized to win the next business. We have a management structure. Obviously, I'm chairman and CEO, and then I have president and the COO and the many SVPs and then managers. The position of our managers are very important. We have about 350, 400 people, managers. They're the one who supervises our employees and working with our clients, sometimes on the government side. We train our program managers very effective way because that person is very important between our employees and our clients. So make sure our program manager at the front line takes care of our employees and also our clients. Our STG's business, I think we explained that. We have about $300 million revenue. About 95% all the revenue produced through professional services, such as software development and providing cybersecurity, financial the systems. So the understanding my lecture would be easier if you understand that our business type is 100% for U.S. federal government, not commercial, okay? So here, Korea, they said a public side business. And then a customer interface. I want to mention that Sam Walton's statement. You know, Sam Walton, the worldwide, the store, the chairman has. Customer is the king. Customer can fire him. Customer will use their money, consumers for his company. Consumers will spend their money into other store, maybe Greenwald or other, okay? Not Walmart. So what we do, every day for clients is analyze what our clients are looking for. Those services we provided yesterday would not be enough for tomorrow. Our competitors continue poking into our customers' door. Then pricing war and technology war going on every day. Doing business in our community, like a war in the war field without the weapons. So we always have to try, find out what is the better way to serve our clients more effective and the productive way. When we talk to our client, we never talk about number. Always talking about the value. What is add value? And what is quality, stability, commitment? So when we talk about the numbers, then customer usually don't like that. And then let's talk about my leadership tenets. Okay, while I have been running STG for 27 years, I came up with my own slogan to run business. As you know, I still have the strong Korean accent. Okay, even though I lived in the U.S. for 35 years, I still have it. I cannot get rid of that Korean accent. Okay, I know some of you here, maybe 5, 6 people who came from the United States, right? I know you were born before I arrived in USA, right? Is there anyone who came from USA? Okay, so I lived 35 years in Washington, D.C. area, okay? I have a lot of the challenges, okay? I graduated Korea University, 1973, February 1973, and worked for Samsung for 2 years, and then went to United States, and then tried to find a job, and the first job after 10 months went out of business, all that, okay? And then daytime went to work, and then nighttime went to community college to learn computer programming languages, all that. So, but as I mentioned earlier, my gut, what I have to establish STG was, okay, I was very hungry in spirit. I had a strong passion. And then I want to get myself excited. I didn't want to spend any single day doing nothing, something innovative, kind of something challenging kind of stuff. So I worked for MCI for 6, 7 years. But when while I worked for MCI, probably 4 or 5 hours was enough to deliver what I was supposed to do. But I did not put myself, that very lazy status. So I wanted to run my brain at least 16, 20 hours. Then keeping my full-time position with MCI, not enough, challenging me. So that is one of the reasons I came up with founding the STG. So for one man, as a startup company, one-man person, STG, December 1986. Company past performance 0, so I had to sell my own past experience and also my own networking. So this is about my own the slogan to stimulate myself, and then also compromise what I have and what I felt. So I'll talk about 5 things in more detail. Every day is a new day. That is my mental slogan. Whenever I have the strong challenges, let's take an example. When we spent about $1 million for preparing the big proposals, then we were told we lost that. Unfortunately, we lost by number 2. Usually about 6 to 10 proposals submitted for one competition. Why I'm sharing that number 2 opportunity lost. When you lost that opportunity by number 9 or number 10, first of all, you get less frustration. You don't expect that high, those contracts awarded to you. And then also number 2, investment dollar. We would not spend $1 million. So when you lose, I think that opportunity I'm sharing with you is there was about $150 million business opportunities. So I was so frustrated and disappointed. But when I looked at our employee who worked so hard, days and nights, a month, about 90 days preparation, our people slept on the couch for about a week right before we submitted a proposal. Those people cried. When I saw our people who worked so hard cried, I felt really miserable worse. I myself saw frustrated too, but when I saw our employees, I felt more frustration and disappointment. But when I close my door, I can feel my bad feelings, but just outside of office, I have to show my smile and not frustrated, because my job is to encourage our employees, then cheer them up. So basically, I told them, well, we have so many opportunities coming, so we have enough lessons learned this time, even though we lost $150 million business opportunity this time, but let's work on that next one, $200 million, by utilizing the experience we have. So that's how I cheered them up and persuaded them and, still kept the strong team. So every day is a new day helped me a lot to compromise my bad feelings. So while the lessons learned I had during my business operation, whenever I wake up in the morning, I'm fully charged. I become a different person. I generate new energy, and then when I come to office, the first thing is the very friendly smile. You know what smile does? Positive. Smile lets you generate energies. When you generate energy, then your coworkers generate energy. Whole office becomes a more positive working environment. So, and also some of them are using that word when they play golf too, okay? Every hole is a new hole, something like that. Unlimited food budget. While I was young, I was born in 1949. At that time, Korea was a very poor country. So actually, I was very hungry, physically hungry, okay? And then the sharing food was very important in our culture. And then when I established the STG, I wanted to find the way what STG can make a difference. There are big companies, Lockheed Martin, SAIC, CSC, Boeing, many big companies. But I cannot compete directly against those big companies. But I gotta find some way how STG can discriminate, which means we can make a difference. So I came from Korea, then I came up with, family concept. You know what that family? Okay, when you go to house, first of all, share food. Mom and sister cook dinner and together, eat together. I try to create the value of the family value. Main factor is food. Without food at the kitchen, not much, right? And then while we eating the dinner, we can communicate. So we are able to use the opportunity to communicate with our employees, like our own family members in our kitchen. So that unlimited food budget really made a difference to hire good employees, and also were able to keep them longer period. And then working with them long time, and then become like a family, extended family members. And then powered by entrepreneurship. 28 years ago, Simon Lee was one of them, who has a strong entrepreneur business mindset. I want to put myself more challenging. I had a strong passion. And then I got excited. So when STG makes we have a full-time 1,700. If you include the subcontractor, then about 2,000. But full-time 1,700 employees are our company's most important asset. Our goal is making every 1,700 employees like Simon Lee, another entrepreneur. That is our end goal. If we make those 1,700 employees into strong entrepreneur, then we have no problem to beat the Lockheed Martin or Microsoft, any companies. But we encourage every of our employees to become entrepreneur. We have so many different programs. We have videos how to be entrepreneur as a startup, and then when they have a challenging stage, how they can resolve, or how they can be connected to outside world, co-workers, all that. So STG has the very solid program to promote each employees become like an entrepreneur. So we're teaching entrepreneurship to our employees. Circle of success. I think on the video you heard something, okay? I'm repeatedly saying our employees are most important asset to STG. We treat our employees like our own family members in our kitchen. We take care of our employees first, like my own children. And then they take care of our customers when they develop software, and then when they monitor security, cyber security, they want to take care of STG too. Then when our employees do a good job, then our reputation going high. Then our clients keep inviting us back. They continue choose us among other companies there. So this is a continued circle. Number one step is taking good care of our employees, our own employees. Then our own employees takes care of our clients. Lastly, our clients takes care of us. So this is continued. There's no break. Day in and 24/7. Then, one person cannot make a change in the world. Even though Microsoft, the Google, all that, okay, they always had the friends and the co-workers, mentors, all that. STG is spending a lot of resources, time and money, to build one team, one mission, one goal. As I mentioned earlier, we want to make all 1,700 employees becoming entrepreneurs. So STG every day is building one team with one mission, one goal. You heard that 1B16. December 2006, at our holiday gala, I announced the 1B16 vision. And after that, we've been working hard, and that is our still goal to achieve. So we set the vision, and then we're driving that vision into reality. There are many successful entrepreneurs. I wanted to make use of those quotes. I have 4 children. I know Dean O mentioned about my son. I'm not the actor. Okay, I'm a father of an actor. Okay, so I have the 3 girls and 1 son. And my first daughter, when she was 2 years old, we went to Washington, D.C. And then Philip Lee, my son, was born 5 years later. So between the first one and the second one, 5 years old apart. And he graduated Boston College. And then in 2003, I took him to George Washington Engineering School. So my first daughter and myself and my son went to the same class. At that time, my second daughter went to the business school in George Washington. So anyway, in 2005, 4 of our family members graduated George Washington University, same time, same place. So we set a new record. I don't think any other family member can beat our Lee family's record, because the same time, same place. So there was in 2005, GW was the 186 years. So still, no other family member broke our Lee families the record to be graduated the same place, same time. Why I mentioned this one? Philip Lee, after he got the master's degree in engineering school, he wanted to do business because he graduated from Boston College, and so he established his own company, probably gene, probably in his blood too. So after he ran his own company for 1 year, and then he wanted to be a movie star. Only son, okay, especially in Korean customs, it's hard to swallow it. So, well, I thought about it, and then I let him go ahead. Then the only question I asked him, do you really like what your decision you made. Instead of being an entrepreneur in IT business area, you want to become movie star. Sir, give me opportunity. Okay, we made a deal. Go ahead. And then my second daughter, who graduated the GW Business School, and then she wanted to be chef. And then she found it out at the New York French Culinary School, very expensive though. And then she wanted to be worldwide famous chef. So I asked her, you sure you want that? My mom said, chef has a lot of hard work to do. But she said, I want to do it. Okay, I'm giving you opportunity, but next time you should tell us. I don't want to come. And then after 1 year, while she was at the school, moved, 50 pounds and, cabbage and, all hard work. And then after she graduated 6 months later, then she said, no, I don't want that. So she came down to Washington. And then my youngest one, she went to the SAIC, Chicago School of Institute of Art, the painting. And then she had to carry, like one quarter of that screen size, big canvas, all that, okay? In Chicago, very cold, all that. And then she said, Dad, I want to move into New York, and I want to be a fashion designer. So now she went to Parsons. She's second grade now over there. So the reason I mentioned this one is, okay, even though to you all, same thing, okay? Do what you want. Do what you like. If you choose what you like, what you want to do, then I don't think you're going to complain much. Even though working 20 hours per day, he or she won't complain because I chose this one. Also, you made a commitment to choose those what you liked. So like my own children cases then, okay, far from what they majored. But they want to do it. So as a parent, I told them maximum you have 3 wild card. Okay? Philip used one already. And then my second daughter, Michelle, as a chef, she used 2. So 3 of my children used the 1 wild card each other. So they have 2 more, but less the sponsorship. So please choose what you like. You must have, if you like it, if you choose what you like, then you'll have a strong passion. Then you'll have a more hungry spirit. When you achieve something, when you work out something, then you will get more excited. A lot of people said, most of the cases, okay, talk is easy, right? Lip services. Action is more important. So make sure you come up with how you can execute. To be a true leader, you must set a good example in everything you do. I shared with one of the sad story about $150 million contract lost. Okay, I am actually I am owner, so I got more frustration than any other employees. But I must show very cool expression to our employees. And even though I got more frustrated, my position is to cheer them up, encourage them up for next business opportunities. So being a leader is not an easy job. You don't have that person does not have much freedom, but gotta show good example, then the followers comes to you. Look at that Oprah Winfrey said, okay? You've got to follow your passion. You've got to figure out what it is you love, you like, who you really are, and have the courage to do that. I believe that the only courage anybody ever needs is the courage to follow your own dream. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a true leader. Entrepreneurial. Not everybody can be entrepreneur. You know, among your friends, or you may see some friend act different, very motivated, has a lot of energies, and forgive a lot of other people's, some misbehave or mistakes or hardship, all that, okay? The first thing is you got to be motivated, self-motivated by yourself. Your parents, okay, keeps telling you, you become a business owner, all that, okay? That won't happen. You got to be motivated by yourself. Take calculated chances, okay? First time you might have a lot of gut feelings, right? Gut something, okay? That is good at the first stage, okay? But you gotta have very calculated, okay? Use that the white sheet of the paper, and then, okay, pros and cons, and strengths and weakness, and figure it out. Unless you're very detailed calculation, you will have a mistake. You'll make mistakes. What outcome would it be? These days, utilizing the computer programming, easy to calculate it. What is the risks? How you can mitigate your risks, all that. This is very important. Those two are. If you're being afraid, being fail, then you're not risk takers. Founding company, running company, you'll run into more problem than what you enjoy. So how are you gonna mitigate yourself? What do you have to deal with? When you get married, then, okay, spouses and the children, how much time I can spend. A lot of the challenges you may have to deal with. But if you don't know being afraid, do something, what do you like, then you are well qualified to be entrepreneur. Without dream, nothing can happen. Whatever you do, whatever you want to be, dream is very important. when I went to United States, January 1979, I never been to USA before that. I did not know what to do, but I had a dream. Utilizing the public data, most common public data. The dream I had was in that big country, I wanted to study first. Then I wanted to build my career bigger and broader and wider. And then I realized United States is the land of opportunity. Opportunity, even though in the United States, abundant opportunities available, but those opportunities don't come to you unless you are seeking for that, unless you are hungry for that. Even in Korea, especially for young group of people, I heard the finding jobs is not easy. Not many opportunities available for me. But I would ask that person, were you hungry enough to identify opportunities for you? Opportunities is not always far away, like our own happiness. Our happiness, okay? Sometimes the too high bar may not get you be happy. When you are very hungry, okay, a loaf of bread may give you happiness. When you don't have even $10 to buy a train ticket, when you find somewhere, okay, accidentally $5, get you be able to buy train ticket, you would be happy. Opportunity is the same thing. Please do not think those opportunities are far away from you. They may be nearby. I want to take two good examples. Inspired by two people and actually mentored. When I had an interview with the Samsung Group, June 1975, the chairman of Samsung Group, the father of Lee Gun-hee, the current chairman, okay, his name Lee Byung-chul. He attended new employee interview. Fortunately, I sat right before him, about 2 feet away. There was about 16, the representative, the Samsung, the subsidiary. Then Chairman Lee Byung-chul participated. New employees interview session. Why? Why he attended there? Because he wanted to find the best talented people for Samsung Group. After that was in 1975, so what is it, 38 years? After 38 years, look at what Samsung did. Samsung Electronics and the chips, all that, okay? My second example, I was so inspired, was from MCI Telecommunication in 1987, something like that. At that time, email was not popular, but MCI was telecommunication, always beaten by AT&T Well, some of you who came from the United States knows that well. Always beaten by AT&T, small company, fighting against AT&T. But luckily, there's monopoly, a break out of the monopoly happened. So MCI had a lot of the money paid by AT&T because of the AT&T, the rule of the monopoly. I was very well positioned at MCI. I was promoted, very short time period, and I enjoyed my the employment with MCI. But project was too many. Almost midnight, I received one email, very short, from Bill McGowan. Then he mentioned, Simon, thank you so much for taking good care of MCI's business. You are a great asset for MCI. So when I saw those emails, at that time, I doubted, should I quit MCI or because too much work there. But at that time, timing was right. I received one email from Bill McGowan. And then I was so moved. Then I changed my mind. I want to continue to stay with the MCI, and I'm going to continue to develop the new products, software development, all that kind of stuff. I was so moved. So while I'm running STG, those two, Mr. Lee and Mr. McGowan, inspired me. Very, very strong. So what I learned, the lesson from those two gentlemen is, employees are very important. That's why our human resource department called human capital. We treat our employees, each of our employees, as an asset. How we can take good care of them. What kind of training we need to provide Mary or John, Joe? What kind of a customized training and the education they needed? So STG's business is the people business because our people develop products, softwares, and they provided professional services. For example, all the USD passport, our company building, modify, okay? And then also Visa, used by 250, all the worldwide embassies. Those products developed by STG, continue to provide maintenance support. Passport and the visa system are very critical, important, especially a visa, to prevent bad guys coming into the United States. We built a very, the great system to prevent bad guys not to come to USA. So let me end this session by saying just a few words. Be more hungry spirit in innovation. Become more passion to do something. Then make commitment, self-commitment, not to your friends or not to your parents. Strong commitment to yourself. I want to achieve, I want to accomplish. My goal. And secondly, human capital is very important. Broaden your networking, especially here, international class. Many countries, I saw the country list, okay? You have you can build a great networking. You can cover probably 30, 40 countries immediately. Those people who came here, very smart people. I know you need to focus on your academic studies, but never neglect broadening your networking worldwide. Now, these days, one click connected to worldwide. Make sure your networking is what an important asset would it be for you, especially here international school class. It means a lot, it means more. Have the happy hour. Lunch mate. While I worked for MCI, I almost 99% never had a lunch alone. I always had a lunch with somebody and then talk. So when I was able to find the established STG, without my friend and my boss, I would not be able to establish my own company. I had 3 children at the time. Who's going to bring the bread on my table in our kitchen? My friend at MCI helped me. My boss gave me a contract. That's how I was able to establish my own company. So please look at your friend, co-workers, co-students, front, left, right, okay? Make sure you need to broaden your network worldwide. Why? Human capital, very important. Thank you to all of you, and also thank you, Dean O, for providing me this session.